Hello, I'm Chad from the Polishing School, located here in Sacramento, California. Today we're going to talk about beginner paint correction for the detailer getting started on polishing.
So Chad, for people who don't know, how long have you been in this business?
I think that might date myself a little bit. In the business, probably 2001 when I was in high school, I was working as a detailer at a dealership in San Jose, California. But I've been around detailing cars. That's what I was brought up to do. Father always taught me to take care of your stuff, keep it nice. Him and his brothers had show cars. We would take to shows, always polishing them, detailing them up. That was back in the 90s. So a lot's changed to say the least. So I still love the industry and seeing everything that's going through it. I've been a detailer. I've been an employee of a shop. I've sold car wash detail service at a car wash, full service car wash. I've been in just about every position, from driving a truck on the road to training. I still train. I just happen to do it all now in the capacity of the polishing school.
And you said when you first started, you only had that yellow polisher?
Yeah, so back in the day, you had to know how to use a high-speed buffer. It's the dinosaur for detailers today. It's used a lot in body shops. Guys just in body shops don't have the time or don't want to get going with the Rupus for at least cutting the sand scratches. They want it to go faster and quicker. You could do a lot of damage with this. I can't tell you how many times my headphones back in the day that were on cord still got caught in the buffer and ripped out of my ears. I'll admit I was kind of a goof with that stuff, but to learn how to use this machine took hours and hours and hours. You could do a lot of damage with it, and just simply swirling the heck out of a car. And in today's world, with all these beautiful machines that they have now, I mean, we can get somebody polishing in a car in 15, 20 minutes. And the beauty of it is, especially if you're a detailer and you're hiring a new guy, he might not do a very good job, but he's not going to send the car to the paint booth and cost you a lot of money or a claim on your insurance. So that's a big deal, what we have today in the DA machines in the market.
Let's say there's a new detailer out there and he's like, man, I want to start polishing to start making more money, but he just started detailing. What advice do you have for them?
Start slow. Don't think you're going to do 3-stage paint corrections right off the bat. Get used to take a class. Know what you're looking at, because I had a guy that just called me the other day that, you know, he messed up some paint and now he's paying for a paint job. And the unfortunate thing was he was never going to do anything to that paint in the first place. He had peeling clear coat. And so when he took on the project, he had no idea he was only going to make it worse, and then therefore the customer, and always do a test spot. I mean, when in doubt, do a test spot, but just right off the bat, knowing what to look for, and just take it slow. Take it slow, do single stage corrections and polishes. A lot of the products on the market today, you're going to make the car look so much better than it already is. It's going to, I tell people, don't try to be a hero every day. As simple as that. You're going to start small, and if you want to be that great detailer that wet sands and does those Ferraris for 10 grand on a lift, one day you'll get there. But right off the bat, don't worry about getting there.
Now, should they practice on their own cars, or should they just push themselves to start promoting it and get their first client? What would you say?
I would always do it on my own car, right? Because you know, you're not going to sue yourself, or that's a bad word. I don't want to say sue, but you can't go wrong doing your own car. I highly recommend a class. That's why here at the polishing school, we do the classes we do, and we want you to be able to go out and have confidence, not just the knowledge, but everything you do in life is about confidence. And if you have the confidence, you normally have the knowledge, right? It's like studying for that test the night before and not studying for the test. It's being prepared and knowing what you're up against the next day, and just don't try to do too much.
So now let's get down to the equipment and chemicals. What's a good starting polish in your opinion?
There's a lot out there, but you want to, 3D makes one. It's called One. I like it because of the name, and you just use different pads with it. P&S has a product called Ego Maker. It's low on dust. It's very simple and easy to use. The Rupus compounds are very simple because they're all color coordinated, from blue with a blue pad and yellow top. You guys get it, so on and so forth, blue, yellow, white pads. So I just don't think you guys need to go out and buy one of every product line or 3 of every product line. You want to make it simple. If you want to give Rupus a shot, go buy one of their products. You want to give P&S a shot, go buy one of the compounds they have. 3D, there's tons of brands out there. Don't go buy one of everything right off the bat, because you don't need to be a tester. Are you in detailing to be an influencer and show products? or are you in detailing to make money and make a profit? And so therefore, start off with one. You hear all the good things about the products, just go pick one that you think is going to be best for you. Give it a shot, do a couple cars with it. Remember, you're splitting hairs half the time. It's not like you're going to go do a car and go, oh man, the customer would have paid me more if I bought a more expensive compound. It does not work that way. So just stick with one, start small. Don't ever say you're going to do 3-step processes for $2,000 as your second job you ever did.
Got it. And now you're talking about profits, prices. What's a good starting price once a detailer has a couple of cars polished? You know, they're ready to get that first customer.
There is no right answer to that, okay? Because we want detailers to make close to $100 an hour. And with the cost of everything today, you know, look how much, if you're located here in California, look how much just 1 gallon of gas costs you to get to that client if you're a mobile guy. You know, everything's gone up, from the cost of eggs to milk. Well, detailers are no different, okay? They're paying not only for your time, but they're paying for your expertise and skill, okay? And so you need to keep it simple, but you got to start your prices based off of your time. You might get a turd in the shop one day and go, man, this might take 8 hours. I need $800. You might get a nicer car in the shop to where it's three hours tops. You're $300. It's for your time. So detailers today, in the general scheme of things, I think they menu price and they say this price, this packages. Don't do packages, okay? Starting at prices. There's so much money left on the table with detailers. I think they do a full detail and they go, oh, well, I'll include an engine bay. Absolutely not. Last class we had, I had a gentleman in here. I told him, you need to charge $100 just to spray off an engine and dress it up. He says, wow, I'm charging 40 right now. I said, man, it's not even worth you opening the hood for 40 bucks. So he didn't have the confidence at first to say, oh man, I'm doing a $200 detail, and then they want their engine done. I got to tack another 100 on top of it. So what? You're opening their hood, you're taking a little risk, because now that's the mechanical part of the car. When you take a little bit more risk, you pass it on to the customer. They're paying you to do it, okay? Don't open a hood for less than $100. You're gonna make it look unbelievable. Now, if it's a hot rod hood, it's gonna be a lot more than 100, because you just can't, you can't spray off a hot rod motor. You gotta have to detail it by hand. Then it goes a lot higher than $100. But today's general car, it's covered in plastic, it's dirty, it's greasy, grimy, $100 minimum. And you know, it's about the community. That's what I think, and that's how I've been taught, and what I've learned in detailing and being trained by some of the best out there, and doing it for a long time. But I want to hear what you guys think, because sometimes even when I teach my classes or go to a class, the number one source of information is other detailers that do it every day. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. Drop the comments or feel free to ask me any questions. You guys could probably teach me something as well. So it's a great community, and that's why the Polishing School, that's our number one priority, is because if you guys aren't successful, we don't have a customer.